Hello, what is up, you guys? So I just wanted to finally sit down and talk a little bit about my reverse and off season and everything. So I didn't really plan this video out or anything. I just wanted to sit down and chat about it and I guess sort of share my struggles and hope that maybe it helps someone. Okay, so coming out of prep, obviously we had to do a reverse. So, I started my reverse diet. I did pretty well for the first week, and then, I forget when, maybe like a week and a half in or something, I binge ate. So that's something, since I started competing, post show and everything, that's something that I've dealt with is binge eating. So I binge ate. I ate like half a box of cereal. And people have slip ups here and there. No one is perfect. But for me personally, just because of like the volume of it, it just felt like so much. So I felt so horrible. And I told myself that I would try really, really hard not to let those negative feelings carry over into the next day. But like I said, just because of like the volume of it, it just felt like a really, really bad binge. So I still did carry around some negative emotions. I tried to hop right back on plan, but since that one really bad binge, it sort of just led to a slight little downward spiral mentally. So obviously no one is perfect, and there's no such thing as a perfect athlete. There's no such thing as a perfect reverse. That's something that I learned in my last prep. So, just recognizing that, and then recognizing that not being perfect is what allows you to continue growing. So sorry if it's either like too bright or too dark. The sun keeps going in and out. But so like I said, since I had that first like really bad binge, it just threw me off mentally, and things have been sort of rough, to be honest. Like, I tried really hard to stay on plan, but it was just rough, to be honest. And I had a couple of relapses, and I binged again. And if you guys deal with binge eating, you know what a vicious cycle it is. But I feel like the key is being aware of that. So obviously with my binge eating, I gained a couple of pounds, and then with that comes all those body image issues and, just not liking how you feel, how you look. But I feel like the key is to be aware. So to be aware that you're in control, and just to be aware that you're experiencing those negative emotions. I was just aware of that. And I was honest with myself, and I was like, this is really a problem. So I sort of self-diagnosed myself with a binge eating disorder. Since I was feeling such negative emotions, and I sort of felt myself like sinking into sort of a deep hole, and I was just feeling really negative, and I was like, I don't want to feel this way. So I just have to push through this and pull myself out of this somehow, because I don't want to feel this way, because the deeper I sink in and the more I let those negative feelings overwhelm me, it's just going to make it that much harder to come out of. But yeah, so like I said, I sort of self-diagnosed myself with a binge eating disorder. So I really wanted to address it and treat it as a serious problem, because the consequences of it are not worth it, and I don't want to gain a bunch of weight. So one thing that helped me was I downloaded this app. It's called Since. So I think there's different categories in it. So one is to break a bad habit. There's some that are if you want to start a good habit. So I got this app called Since. So for me, I just put in X days since you've binged, so that way it's I don't want to break this streak. So it's just this app. So here it's like, this is the list of all the habits or whatever. So I just have days since you've binged, and then here it says like the amount of days. It says the last date you did, and then it gives you like little trophies and stuff. And then if you get premium, I think you can have it like text you randomly throughout the day. So that's what I did. I have it text me in the morning, some random time in like the evening, and then I have it set like at hour intervals during the night, because that's when I would binge. Like I could, if I didn't sleep through the night, like I had zero self-control if I woke up in the middle of the night. So I also got some hemp extract sleep gummies just to help myself stay asleep. So that sort of leads into the next thing I wanted to talk about. It's regarding resilience. So a lot of people, you know, when they fall down, when they slip up or something, they're so quick to just like hop right back up. But there's this one quote that I really liked. It was like, if you fall down, stay down for a little bit, evaluate why you stayed down, and then stand back up differently. So that's sort of what I've been doing. Like I definitely fell down a bit, but instead of hopping right back up, I'm still down, to be honest, and I'm just taking the time to evaluate. And it's not like, yes, it's a good thing to be resilient, but for me personally, the approach I'm taking is, you know, like just taking my time, staying down, evaluating and reflecting, and then not standing back up until I have a game plan. And it's not like a snap of the finger, like the next day everything is perfect. Like progress is not linear, it is gradual. So just taking it day by day. It's just important to realize that life happens in a cyclic manner. So, you know, one day may not be your day, and, you know, I'm not saying that as like an excuse to binge or something, but nobody is perfect. So just realizing that one day maybe you don't feel like going to the gym, you just don't feel like yourself, but recognizing that, okay, so Monday you didn't feel good, but then you wake up and tomorrow is Tuesday, and then you could be like on top of your shit, and then Wednesday may come along, and so on and so forth. So just recognizing that life happens in a cyclic manner and progress is not linear. But like I know deep down that even though I'm struggling right now, I do really, really love this sport, and I know that I will get back to this stage one day. So like I just have to power through those days where I don't feel my best. Okay. And then the second thing that I wanted to say was, I feel like one of the biggest reasons why people struggle so much reversing or just in the off season, because they don't have a set date. Like they don't have that show date, they're not working in a specific time frame. Like for me personally, I don't even know the next time I'm gonna step on stage. I don't have any plans of shows or anything. So not having that specific goal is really difficult for some people, but you know, the goal is always to keep improving no matter what season. And I feel like, yeah, it's easy to say that, but you still don't have that time-based deadline. But for me personally, I feel like I'm sort of the type of person who has to learn the hard way sometimes. So, you know, those slip-ups, they happen, but those negative emotions that I start to feel is just motivation enough for me to like get back on track and not fall off like that, because I was starting to feel really negative. But the thing is, like, I know I'm in control of that. So like I was responsible for feeling that way. Like I did that to myself. But I also know that I'm in control, so I have the control to feel better about myself. So yeah, I guess I hope maybe that'll help. Like, you never, like, I know for people who struggle with binge eating, it sort of feels like you just black out, but you always feel horrible afterwards, or at least like I do. So just, I feel like I said, something really important is just being aware. So being aware that you're in control and that your actions will determine how you feel. So you have the control, you have the choice to choose if you want to feel bad and by, falling completely off plan, or just sticking to the plan and then you'll feel better. So just recognize that you are in control. But even if you do slip up, you also have to be patient with yourself. Like, you didn't get shredded in like 1 week. It was a process. So if you slip up, if you gain a couple pounds, getting back to the point where you want to be is also a process. Like, I feel a lot better now, but I know that like the weight isn't going to come off overnight. So just be patient with yourself. Take it one day at a time. And yeah, that is how I have been doing, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel and my preps and everything. So yeah.